For a few years now, Volkswagen has been aiming to have a range of cars that pleases just about everybody. They want to be considered in the same terms as Ford or General Motors. And the recent acquisition of Rolls-Royce by Volkswagen should expand that range even further. You know, there's probably a lot of exciting things to come, but it's hard to imagine why they need them when you look at a range that seems packed full already. This is the brand new Golf Cabriolet on sale now, but I'm sorry to have to tell you that although it may look like it, it isn't actually derived from the new Mark IV Golf. What VW have done is just kitted it all out in a new suit of clothes, so it looks like it belongs to the same family. Look, even the same sparkling 4-circle headlights. Once you get inside the Cabriolet, it really doesn't look that different. The interior is much the same as in the old version. You get a nice choice of new jazzy upholstery and of course the VW steering wheel that we've seen in the Passat and also in the new Golf. But strip away all the suit of new clothes and you basically have 3 engines to choose from. Now this is a new addition to the Cabriolet range. It's a 100 brake horsepower 1.6 litre. What's this the front of? Surprisingly enough, it's the Charan. Yes, the Charan has become all updated and trendy. This is their new trim level. It's called the Sport, and it's aimed at the people who would have driven a Golf GTI and now have a family and need that bit more space. And the Charan also has a new 5th engine option, very similar to the one found in the Golf or the Passat. It's a 1.8 litre 20-valve turbo unit. Volkswagen assure me, and I have no reason to doubt them, that it has 390 litres of baggage space. And that means absolutely nothing to me, but it sure looks like a lot. And one of Volkswagen's most recent success stories, the new Passat, hasn't been resting on its laurels either. This is the new 2.8 litre 30-valve V6, which comes with a Synchro 4-wheel drive transmission.
Yes, later in the year we've got the international presentation for a sub-polo size car called the Lupo. And then a mid-size saloon car, which will be somewhere between the Golf and the Passat a few weeks after. And both those vehicles will be at the Birmingham Motor Show.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting motor show, isn't it? What else will VW have on show?
Well, we've also got the new Beetle, which will be presented in Europe and again be at the Paris show and at the Birmingham show. And I think probably to make it the most interesting show ever for Volkswagen, we've also got a 12-cylinder sports car, which will be on display.
Is that the W12, of course?
The W12.
What are the plans for that? Are we going to see that become a production reality?
We heard at Geneva that Volkswagen intends to produce 300 of them. 100 will be open roadsters and 200 will be closed sports saloons.
So you've got your name down for one for a company car, have you?
I don't think I could afford one, but our managing director's ordered one.
What about the Beetle? I mean, it's one of the most talked about vehicles around at the moment. Everybody wants to see one, everybody wants to get in one. When will British drivers be able to expect them?
Yes, I think from the moment the car was unveiled at Detroit, Volkswagen realised that the impact the car was making. And of course the Americans want every car they can get, and the planned introduction is currently at the beginning of next year, but depending on availability that may slip a little. So we're still uncertain.
Okay, and how are the order books looking for that? Are there still places in it for people out there who might be interested?
Well, in the States they've stopped taking orders because they cannot guarantee when the order list was so long that they cannot guarantee when people will get cars. And in the UK we've told our dealers that we expect at the moment about 7,500 for next year, and they can work out for themselves that their allocation is not going to be that great. So our advice would be go to the dealer and they could give the customer some idea of how long they would have to wait for a car.
Yeah, and you mentioned Bora before, which I don't think you referred to necessarily by name. This is a replacement, isn't it, for, in a way, the Vento, for the Golf with a boot. Is it going to be another Golf with a boot, or is it going to be something very different?
It'll be more elaborate than that. It will be more of a Passat-style body, so the rear section will be different. It's not just a boot added on, the rear doors are different, the body structure's different. It looks more of a modern car, if you like, but the underpinnings of mechanicals and platform will come from the Golf.
If you're a Golf GTI fan who remembers the bad old days, the days when insurance companies used to laugh hysterically when you phoned up for a quote, then I have some good news for you. Insurance is down on the Golf Mark IV due to improvements in safety and security. This, for example, the new Golf GTI used to be a Group 14 insurance, now it's a Group 10E. That'll put a smile on your face.